All right. Hello and welcome out today to our weekly live jam session here on YouTube. I'm super excited. We're going to have tons of fun. We're going to be playing the song Adventure of a Lifetime by Coldplay. Who knew that you could play that song on the ukulele? It's not one that you typically think as a ukulele song, but I think it's really fun to play. So we're going to do that today. We're going to have a little lesson about avoiding getting your fingers caught in the strings, and which I think is it's really common. I've seen a lot of people that I've taught that kind of get their fingers caught in the strings. It kind of hurts, it's annoying, and it makes it so the strum doesn't sound quite as clean or clear. So we'll talk about some tips to avoid that. And then we're going to play the song Drop Baby Drop. If you've come to some of our videos in the past, we have done Drop Baby Drop in the past. We'll do it again. And it is a little bit more of a tricky song, so I think this would be good practice. So just to start off here, let me know in the chat, how does it sound? Are you able to hear me? Is the volume too loud or not? That will just kind of help me out. And so we're going to go ahead and jump right in. If you are new here, this is Club Ukulele, which is free to join. We learn one song a month together. And the song of the month for this month is You and I. So we have a tutorial that goes out at the beginning of the month where you can learn that song. And after this month is over, in June, we're going to start playing those songs here in the jam session. So we're not playing that today. We play those songs. We wait during the month to learn the song, and then we play them. So we also have a monthly challenge. So this time it's improving your strumming. That's the challenge this month. And then we have these weekly live jam sessions as part of Club Ukulele. So if you're not already a member, you can join by going to ukulelefondre.com/club, and the link for that is also in the description. All right, so no need to waste any time. Let's go ahead and start learning this song, Adventure of a Lifetime. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my little recording of this so we can hear just a quick section of it, so you can kind of hear what it's going to sound like when we play it. Okay, I'll bring this right here. And I'm going to rewind it just a little bit.
Turn your magic on, to me she'd say, everything you want, so dream away. We are legends, every day, that's what you told me.
Okay, there is just a quick little sneak peek of the song. Now, I do a cool little, I don't know what you call it, little riff here, and we're not actually going to learn that today because it's definitely a little bit more tricky. But if you do want to learn that, I'll make my picture a little bigger here. If you don't want to learn that, go to the tutorial for this song that I have here on the channel. I do go over that so that you can learn it. If you're if that sounds cool to you and you want to take the time, it's in the tutorial. Okay, so let's just start off with the chords. The first chord in this song is a D minor. Okay, so we're going to play it. So on the 4th string, top string, I'm going to use my middle finger and press down the 2nd fret. And then I'll use my ring finger on the 3rd string, 2nd fret. and then my index finger on the second string, first fret. Okay, that's a D minor. Next, we have a G. So I'm going to use my middle finger on the bottom string, second fret, then my ring finger on the second string, third fret, and my index finger on the third string, second fret. That is a G chord. Okay. And the next chord is an A minor, which is not too bad. We're just going to use our middle finger and play the fourth string, second fret. Okay, those are the three different chords. Okay, and here's a little suggestion about how to hold the uke while playing this chord. So you don't necessarily have to do it this way. I feel like for that D minor chord, there's really two ways to hold it. One way is to have my thumb right on the back of the neck. I don't prefer this way. I think it's less secure. So the other way is to kind of let your thumb come up. It's here like above the ukulele now, and the neck is just resting kind of right against my palm. There's a lot of security there. My fingers kind of have to bend a little bit more. My wrist has to bend quite a bit to make this happen. If it's uncomfortable for your hand, you don't have to do it. It's just a suggestion. This is the way I like to do it because it keeps it pretty secure. So for the D minor chord and then the G chord, pretty similar. An A minor chord. I like to have it all the way like in the crook of my hand to keep it secure. Okay, so let's talk about the strumming pattern now. Now, I'll be honest, the strumming pattern for this song is a little bit more tricky. So I've got this easy version for you. If you just want to focus on the chords, this is most likely the first time you've ever played this song, and we'll play it more in the future, so you don't have to get it all right now. So here's the simple one that will let you just kind of focus on the chords and kind of just enjoy playing with us. We're just going to do down strums just on the beat. So starting with that D minor chord, so 1, 2, 3, 4 to G, 1, 2, 3, 4 to A minor. And we actually play A minor, we do the strumming pattern twice, then D minor, and G, and A minor. Okay, pretty simple. Okay, I do want to teach you this though, because this is a cool little thing that I use in this song, and I think it sounds really good. So it's called a hammer-on. So if you're not familiar with what a hammer-on is, it's when you play a string without plucking it on this side. So we strum, the strings are already ringing, they're already vibrating. What I do is I just hit the string. You hit it, and it makes a sound. But you don't actually have to pluck it at the same time. So that is what a hammer-on is. So I like to use hammer-ons. You definitely don't have to if it's a little bit too complex for you. I like to use it on the A minor chord. So we'll go, when we're playing the song, we start on D minor, then G, then I do a hammer-on, just on that first strum. So I strum without playing anything, and then immediately after, do that hammer-on. So that's a cool little thing that you can try that makes it sound better. Now, here is the more complex strumming pattern. Now, it's going to be kind of tough because this is, a longer strumming pattern. If you're trying to look at what I have written here and make sure that you do it perfectly, that's actually going to make it harder. Like, the more you think about this, the harder it's going to get. I have it here so you can kind of reference, But mostly what I want you to do is feel it. What feels right for the song. And because the truth is, like, even when I play the song, I still switch it up a little bit as I go. So this is what it sounds like. We're going to go down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. All right, that is the strumming pattern. Down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. And again, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, up. And like I said, you don't have to do it exactly the way that I'm doing it. Down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down, down, up, chuck, down, up, down, up, chuck, up, down. And we can also implement hammer-ons with this strumming pattern. So it sounds like this. Down, up, chuck, down, up, chuck, up, down, up, chuck, 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 down. So what I do for that A minor chord, the first time when we play it, because we're doing that hammer-on, this up strum actually turns into a down strum. Down, 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 up, chuck, down, up, chuck, down, down, up, chuck, down, chuck, down. All right, so I understand this is complex. I'm throwing a lot at you at once. But I think, this is a video that you could always come back and watch later, and we're going to come back to the song later. So if it just feels like this is just like a fire hose, don't worry about it. Just start with the simple strumming pattern. I think it's still going to be fun to play. So let's go ahead and just practice a section of it. We won't go through the whole song yet. We'll just practice a section of it, and kind of get a feel for how fast it goes, because it definitely goes faster than what we've been practicing so far. Okay, we'll start right here. Okay, so I'm going to start just a little bit early. Once this, well, let's just start at the beginning. That'll make it simpler. Okay, here we go. We're going to start on that D minor chord, so get ready with the D minor chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now go ahead and let me know. I'm hoping if it's feeling like it's too complex for you, that you'll do just the simple strumming pattern, just down strum. So okay, so go ahead and let me know so far in the chat. How was that for you trying to play that? Do you think you can do it? We'll practice just the beginning again, so that you can kind of get a feel for the song before we go ahead and just play it. And yeah, because my video, in my video, I'm already playing it and singing it, I won't be playing it with you guys. Plus, I think there's just a little bit of lag between the video and my stream, so that'll just make it worse. So I'll just sit here and watch while the recording of me will play. Okay, let's go ahead and try just this beginning part again. Just start with that simple strumming pattern and try and follow along with the chords. Okay, here we go.
Turn your magic on, to me she'd say, everything you want, so dream away. We are legends, every day, that's what you told me.
All right. So let me know in the chat put a number from 1 to 10. How confident are you playing just that section, whether you're doing the complex strumming pattern or the simple strumming pattern? Doesn't really matter. If you feel like, yeah, if it's a 10, that's high, that's good. 1 is, not feeling very confident with it. And also, by the way, if you have never listened to this song by Coldplay, like the original song, I highly suggest. I love it. I think it's really cool. Might not be your style, but I think it's like an amazing song, and it's really fun to be able to play it on the uke, because it's definitely not one that, yeah, people would typically think could be played on the uke. Okay. Awesome. Well, let's go ahead and play through it. Here we go. I'm going to give you a few seconds here early in the song, and then once it goes to the page, it just counts down from 3, so you don't have a lot of time. So just be ready on that D minor chord. I'm just seeing a question in the chat. Are these the same chords as the original? I believe so. I think you can play it with the original song. Okay, here we go. Get ready. Before we do, make sure to put in the comments, play it.
Turn your magic on, to me she'd say, everything you want, so dream away. We are legends, every day, that's what you told me. Turn your magic on, to me she'd say, everything you want, so dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds. I feel my heart beating. I feel my heart beneath my skin. Oh, I can feel my heart beating. Oh, you make me feel like I'm alive again. Alive again. Said I can't go on, not in this way. I'm a dream, I die by light of day. Gonna hold a bath with the sky and say, like I'm alive again. Turn your magic on, to me she'd say. Everything you want, so dream away. Under this pressure, under this weight, we are diamonds taking shape. We are diamonds taking shape.
All right, awesome job, guys. Let me know in the chat if you liked the song, if you had a fun time learning it today. Okay, so that is Adventure of a Lifetime. This is the first time that I've taught it here in a weekly live jam session, so we're probably going to hit it again. So if you need more practice, don't worry. Or if you just had a fun time, we'll be playing it again. So I personally love playing that song, just like with the drums. I think it's awesome, and I just love the original song by Coldplay too. So all right, I just wanted to say, if you want to stay up to date and you are not already subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification as well. That will make sure that you're always notified and reminded when we have our jam sessions. Sometimes I don't always send out an email because I have a lot to think about, and today is one of those days. I sent it out pretty late, and I apologize for that. Subscribing will help with things like that, because you'll always be notified, whether like if you have YouTube on your phone. I just get like a notification on my phone, which makes it really nice. Okay, so let's talk about how to avoid getting your fingers caught in the strings. If you have experienced this, let me know in the chat. This is kind of a question that I get from people a lot. So what I'm referring to is when you're strumming with this finger, it's get your fingers caught in the strings, and it kind of sometimes will make the strings sound weird when you play them. Kind of plays them unevenly, and often it hurts. It kind of like hits parts of your fingers and kind of starts to hurt, and doesn't make a great tone. I'm just looking at the chat here. Eva asked, I missed what was the name of the last song. It's Adventure of a Lifetime by Coldplay. So we're just going to talk about a few tips to overcome this. So first of all, this is something that I've seen quite a bit, is that people will strum with their arms a little too much. So when I teach strumming, I suggest that most of the movement that happens happens in your wrist. Here, I'm going to make my picture a little bit bigger here so you guys can see better. Okay. Yeah, when you're strumming, you want most of the movement to happen in your wrist. Your arm is going to move a little bit, but what you want is your right arm to kind of clamp down the uke against your body. That's really important. And so you can't move your arm too much because that will just shake the ukulele around. You want most of the movement to be right here and your wrist. Now this is going to help with getting your fingers caught in the strings because it makes it so that when you use your arm, you often will play too hard. It's just, you hit the strings really, really hard, and it just kind of has less control. But when it's with your wrist, it's easier to make it nice and soft and kind of flow better. So that's the first suggestion. Another suggestion is to maybe just adjust the way that you are hitting the strings. So, for example, I was talking to one student just the other day, and he was strumming like this. So he had his fingers thumbed together like this, and kind of hitting his fingernail, his index fingernail on the way down, and thumbnail on the way up. Now, this is not a bad way to strum. This is an acceptable way to strum. It makes kind of a unique sound. But that was one of the things he was struggling with, was kind of getting his fingers caught. And part of the reason is because when you hold your fingers like this, your finger doesn't give at all. So when I strum with just my index finger, when I hit the strings, there's just a little bit of give every time I hit the strings. It moves just a little bit, which kind of makes the flow a little better. But when you hold it like this, there's no give, so it's much harder. It's like a much harder surface is hitting those strings. Makes it louder. And so that's another suggestion. If you're struggling with this, use one index finger. I like to hold my hand like this. Sometimes my thumb is out. And then I just let it give a little bit when I hit the strings. Okay, so here's another suggestion as well. And this is kind of the one where it's not, there's nothing magic about this, but it works. And that is practice. It's going to take a little bit for your brain to get the muscle memory down. And muscle memory is really, really key for this. Your brain is going to develop this muscle memory to where it just kind of knows, it can just feel how it's supposed to hit the strings. When you first start out, it's not going to have that. So you have to take the time to develop it. So one of the drills that I like to do to help develop this muscle memory is just the strum reset drill. Really simple. Basically, I just, hold a C chord or some simple chord. And chord doesn't really matter. I make sure that I have kind of my hand in the right place. And I get it ready up here. And then I just strum once. And then I reset. And I strum again. And I reset. And I'm really focusing on, all right, I'm going to try and get a really nice, even strum. Because when you are actually playing a song, you don't have time to like consciously think about your strumming. And so it's kind of nice to do the strum reset drill because you're giving yourself time to be like, okay, I'm going to make sure I'm hitting this right. And you just practice it. It's really simple, but it's teaching your brain the right way to hit it. So after focusing for a little bit, then I'll like look up and start kind of focusing on other things. Maybe I just start, thinking about what I'm going to eat for lunch or stuff like that. I kind of let my mind wander while I continue to try and do this, so that my body can get to just being able to play it by feel. So that my hand can do that. And then maybe I even have a conversation with someone while I'm still doing this. So I'm definitely not focusing on it anymore and see if I can still do it. So it's a really simple thing. There's nothing magic about it, but it is really powerful. And I think a lot of us just kind of skip over it because we just want to get to the fun part, which is playing songs, and that's awesome. But it's definitely more fun to play songs when you have good technique and when you're not getting your fingers caught in the strings. Okay, so another suggestion is just making sure you kind of focus on where you're hitting the strings with your fingers. So when I play with my fingernails, when I'm strumming, there's different ways to strum. You can strum with your thumb, four of your fingers. When I'm strumming with my fingernails, which is usually what I'm doing. So when I just strum with my index finger, I'm strumming down with my fingernail. I really try and focus on just hitting it on the tip of my fingernail. So it's just kind of on the end there. So not up here, down here. And so sometimes I'll mess up and I'll accidentally hit it up here, and that kind of hurts when the strings hit my finger right there. So I just practice over and over again, just hitting it right there on the tip. And same, sometimes I'll play with all four fingers, and it's the same. I kind of want to hit it on the tip of my fingernails. Okay, so those are just a few simple suggestions to help you to avoid getting your fingers caught in the strings. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. The chat is a little bit delayed, so I'm going to move on, and then if there's, I might come back to some of the questions. Also, if you have learned something today so far and you're enjoying this, it would really help if you just liked the video. That will kind of help boost it and spread it to more people. I would definitely appreciate that. Okay. So, next we're going to play Drop Baby Drop. Now, we have played this in the past, so you may recognize this song, but some of you may not. So I'm going to play just a short little section of it so you can hear it. This one is really, really fun. I love this song. Okay, and I'm just getting this ready here. Okay, first, really quick, I'm going to answer this question that we have in the chat from Debbie. When I play it with all my fingers, how do you up strum? That's a great question. Okay, so usually in an actual song, I only do down strums with all my fingers, and then I up strum with just that one finger. And I actually don't hit my fingernail. I hit like the tip of my actual finger. That's how I usually do it. And usually when I play with all four fingers, the reason is because I want to play louder. Or I'll do something like a roll, kind of roll your fingers, and that sounds kind of cool. So that's a great question. Now you can actually up strum with your fingernails. It's a little bit tougher. Like it'll take, a little bit of practice. But I don't find it as practical for actual songs. So, okay, here we go. Pulling up, Drop Baby Drop. Let's listen to a quick section of it.
My heart does a tango, with that little move that you made. I love it like a mango. We can make it every day. I want you to drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop all your love on me, drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop 'cause I'm hungry.
Okay, there we go. There's a little sneak peek. Sorry that my video was kind of in the way there for a second. So let's review how to play it, and then we'll go ahead and play it. All right, so first chord in this song is an A chord. So we're going to use our middle finger to play the 4th string, 2nd fret, and our index finger to play the 3rd string, 1st fret. That is an A chord. And the next chord is an E6. So, E6. So, this is a bar chord. We're just barring. It's kind of easier than a typical bar chord, though, because we're just barring all 4 strings. Some bar chords you have to, bar 3 of them, and then you play something else. So, it's just the 4th fret, I'm going to use my index finger and just bar all of the strings in the 4th fret. And I like to reinforce my index finger with my middle finger. I've also, some students have said that they like to bar with their middle finger. That also works. Okay? That's an E6. So it's just, we're barring the 4th fret. And if you just look really quick at what we do for this song, we bar the 4th fret, then the 3rd fret, then the 2nd fret, and then we do this E7 chord. So the names of the chords are kind of crazy, like E flat 6, but really it's kind of a simple pattern. 4th fret, 3rd fret, 2nd fret. So here we go. That's the E6. The next is the E flat 6, so we go down to the 3rd fret. And then to the D6, which is the 2nd fret. So. And then we have an E7. So for this chord, on the 4th string, I'm going to use my index finger on the 1st fret. On the 3rd string, I'll use my middle finger on the 2nd fret. And on the 1st string, my ring finger on the 2nd fret. All right, those are the chords. So I've got them all here together so you can kind of see them. And here's the strumming pattern. So we're just going to go down, 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 down. Okay? And then we switch between these chords. So it's down, 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 down. Okay, so let's just practice really quick. We're just going to do the strumming pattern. With the A chord, let's do it a few times. We'll just hold that A chord and play through the strumming pattern a few times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay, so now let's practice. Let's practice. Let's just try going through the whole thing. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So we're gonna go here. I think the next slide that I have here. Oh nope, I don't have it. Okay. So when we play the A chord, we're gonna go down, down, down. Then we go to the E6, down, down, and the last strum of the E6 chord. Well. On the last strum, we actually move to the E flat 6, and then we move on. So it sounds like this. Down, down, down. Go to the E6, down, down, and then we switch, down, and then we switch again. So we only play this for one strum. When we bar the 3rd fret, we only play that for one strum. And then we play this one for 2 strums. So basically, the strumming pattern has 3 strums, right? So for the A chord, we play the whole strumming pattern. For the E6, we divide it among these 2. The first 2 strums are on the E6, the last strum is on the E flat 6, and then we do the whole strumming pattern and the whole strumming pattern. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so let's just go ahead and try that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. All right, that's how it works. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay, go ahead and put in the chat, how confident are you feeling with playing this strumming pattern here between 1 and 10, 10 being high? This song also has a cool little solo section in it, which is pretty fun to learn. This is also the simple version of the song. So I think that will be better. If you want to learn the more complex version, so you'll find in the actual video, I am playing a more complex version. If you want to learn that, I've got it in the tutorial there, in the video tutorial. So, and in these play along tracks, you can find them on the YouTube channel and the tutorial as well. Okay, so let's just practice this just a couple more times where we're going to go way faster than what we've been doing, because in the actual song, it goes pretty fast. So here we go. Starting on this A chord. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay, I'll just give a second to reset. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay, give you a second to reset again. Linda's question, bar chords don't sound very good. Could it be arthritis? I think so. Bar chords, you have to, you do have to push down a little bit harder, and it's also going to be, some ukes are going to be more difficult than others. If it has a high action, meaning that the strings are high off the ukulele, or if the strings are thicker, you're going to have to push harder. So if you want, you probably don't want to go out and buy a new uke, but next time you buy a uke, try and get one with really low action. Strings are really low. I like Oscar Schmidt because of that. That's the brand that I have. And then thin strings, which you can also just, buy thinner strings. So, all right, let's practice this again one last time, and then we'll actually get into the song. Here we go, starting with the A. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down, 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 down. Okay, so let me pull up the song here. It's going to start pretty quick, so get ready with that A chord. All right, let's play the song. Here we go.
My heart does a tango.
Okay, I'm just going to pause really quick because I wanted to just give you a little taste before we actually play through the whole song, because I know that, maybe for some of you, you might have been like, okay, this was not what I was expecting. Now you kind of know what to expect. Now we'll go through, play the whole song. It's a super fun song. Let's do it.
My heart does a tango, with every little move that you make. I love it like a mango, we can make it every day. I want you to drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop all your love on me, drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop 'cause I'm hungry, my nights would be so lonely. If ever you should choose to go, I'd live just like a zombie, with very little love to show. I want you to drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop all your love on me, drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop 'cause I'm hungry. Who loves you, pretty baby? Who's gonna help you through that night? Who loves you, pretty mama? Who's always there to make it right? Who loves you? Who loves you, pretty baby? Who's gonna love you, mama? Drop, baby, drop. My heart does a tango, with every little move that you make. I love it like a mango, we can make it every day. I want you to drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop all your love on me, drop, baby, drop, baby, drop. Drop 'cause I'm hungry.
All right, awesome job, guys. Let me know in the chat how you like that song. And if it worked for you, if you felt like you were able to kind of play through it. It probably wasn't, may not be perfect yet, but that's fine. All right, guys. Well, that is our stream for today. I hope that you had fun playing Adventure of a Lifetime and Drop Baby Drop. If you just got here, you're coming in late, that's totally fine. You can always just rewind the video and watch the whole thing. So once again, thanks for coming. If you can, like the video. That will really help kind of boost it, and I would definitely appreciate it. We will have another stream next week. Next week is kind of the big one, the monthly club meeting, where I'm going to be announcing the new song of the month. We've been learning the song You and I this month. You and I by Ingrid Michaelson. It's been really awesome. You can find the tutorial in the description. And next week, we will actually play that with the play-along track together, and I will announce the new song of the month for June. So I hope to see you guys there. It's going to be the same time, Friday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. Okay, guys, thank you so much for coming, and I will see you next week.